All right, guys.
Welcome to the Deer Shop Podcast, presented by Siman Brothers Outdoors and the Leaky John Boat Company.
He went and watched a movie that has a $200 million production budget, and then the next thing he watched was our video on YouTube that has a $0 production budget.
This is the first buck I've shot in over 10 years.
Your track job was the first fun track job.
That
kind of like, I think part of my life was influenced by that night.
Then you miss him 3 times with a rifle at 70 yards on video for the whole world to see.
Yeah, that's what Caleb did. 5 years ago, we couldn't shoot a deer at 100 yards with a slug gun. Now you're shooting turkeys at 100 yards with a shotgun.
Joey takes
The shop is closing up.
Make sure he takes all his right antlers. You can't leave anything.
All right, guys. Deer Shop Podcast, episode 124. We got a brothers talk shop ramble on the current landscape of hunting. We had a podcast plan where we were actually going to kind of rant and ramble about some things, and then lo and behold, out of nowhere, left field, perfect timing, Mike Rex, who I will talk about later in the podcast when we get to this part, but Mike Rex, who's a big shot with the ODNR.
Yeah, I have no idea who he is.
I have his bio for us later. Big shot with the ODNR made a post about what could be done to help the hunting numbers, trophy, access, money in Ohio. And he has a lot of pull. He did a public post on it on Facebook, and it generated a ton of interest and comments, and I had people sending it to me, and so it was just a perfect time to start talking about some of that. But before that, we'll go through our business and our warm-up. It is Sunday after Christmas, right before New Year's. Shit weather. We have not been hunting.
Super foggy. It's warm. It's going to get cold tonight. It's going to be bizarro weather outside.
It's going to get up to 60 today and then down to 20 tonight. And it's raining and foggy. All 3 of us are tagged out, so we haven't had a lot of hunting to talk about or to show you. We really haven't been filming much lately, unfortunately. There's not going to be any SBO videos, any Deer Camp Chronicles or anything probably for a little while. Probably won't be much in the way of the Family Dream Farm. So
hopefully we can get some late season work going.
Yeah, I mean, muzzleloader season's coming up next weekend. Ethan and Nick and Dylan are still hunting really, really hard.
And we did talk about it on a couple podcasts ago that this time is our family time, non-hunting time, kind of between gun season and Christmas, New Year's.
Yep. And
it's just not nice. It's wet. It's cold. The deer, they're transitioning back into food sources, so we're kind of in a transition time.
Yeah. So since it's kind of cold, but it's been warm enough to rain and all that, our alfalfa is blowing up. Like the deer like last night, there's in one trail kind of picture, there was 11 deer busting out into our just one of our alfalfa fields, 11 deer at a time in shooting light. So, I mean, green sources are heating up. Like I said, Ethan, obviously, if you listened last week, Ethan's still in the hunt for his deer. Nick's hunting hard. I'm going to be trying to film him. Cassick's also going to be trying to film him.
We still got some doe tags to fill.
Plenty of doe tags. My freezer's getting a little low on venison because we gave some away for Christmas, and my one buck wasn't really usable. But so we're going to be doing that, and we're going to have Alex and Ryan's stepdad is going to come here and try to finish off a buck that he wounded during archery season that we've had showing up on camera. So there is still some films to be made and some big deer to be killed. But
we're convinced that's the buck.
It's possible. It's very possible. We'll talk about it a little bit later in the podcast. Actually, I have a spot where we're going to bring that up. But Christmas was good. Did you guys get any cool hunting stuff?
I got a new pair of bibs.
For hunting?
Yeah, for hunting. Bow hunting bibs. They're sweet. Thanks, Annie.
I don't think I got any hunting stuff. I got a new First Light hoodie, but it's kind of for casual wear instead of hunting wear.
I got all bourbon drinking stuff and a toolbox, a rolling 46-inch 9-drawer.
Yeah, Linda was telling us a story.
I know what it is. I picked it out.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's going to be, I've already been buying a bunch of stuff and getting my tools all gathered up. And my garage is going to, I think all 3 of us are working on our garage this spring, huh? We're all going to have
as soon as my house is done, I'll be doing that.
New laid out garages.
Yeah.
3 more places to drink beer and gather.
Oh, yeah. I got a mountain mine. I got one more coming. I got all my patio furniture in there for now.
That was mine and Lindsay's plan was to move our patio furniture into the garage this winter to keep it nice and kind of utilize it. And then it filled up with Blair's toys and Christmas presents and junk. And
fridge
I took
and
the closet,
and lawnmower and this and that.
Took the closet doors off and never put them back on because I've been trying to paint them. And
are you parking in your garage?
Yeah, he parks her car in there.
There's still enough room, but your garage is big.
Yeah, it's like almost a 2-car garage.
Bonus.
Stairs are gone, right?
Stairs are gone.
How do you get up there?
Ladder.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. You gonna put TV in your garage?
Maybe.
I think I might do
They're
one.
building. They're currently building my house, so I'll have to see once we.
If I get my floor in the garage straightened out, I'll be able to utilize it a lot more. I already do all my cooking out there, and like I said, freezers and all. We're gonna look into getting some sheds made so we can get our lawnmowers out of there.
Yeah.
A bunch of domesticated stuff that you guys don't care about, but
Yeah.
Luke, you've been goose hunting.
Yeah. Well, a little bit, yeah.
You went out
Bands.
twice.
Yesterday we shot 5 bands.
Like some people are gonna listen to that and be like, "Holy shit!"
5 bands in one volley. Like 6 birds came in, just killed all 6, and 5 of them had bands.
So is that unheard of, or did they just stick together? They banded them together and they stuck together, and then you killed them all.
So where we're at, I've been hunting geese for 15 years.
Yeah,
We've shot probably 20 bands, but 5 yesterday, and like we had one other time we shot 3 in one hunt, and the rest have just been singles.
Did you look up to see where they were banded?
Yeah, they're in Ontario. I can't pronounce it, but
They were all
I'll tell
banded?
you guys where they were.
All banded together, I would assume.
So 4 of them were banded the same day, and then one of them was banded at the same place 7 years earlier.
7 years.
7
earlier?
years earlier.
I forget how old.
Same place.
how old were these geese?
So the ones like 4 of them were like 6 months old,
Oh, their
but
first.
the 5th one was like
Was it the leader?
banded in 2017.
Was
so.
was the 5th one the leader of the pack?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
2007.
We know which one the old one was, and it was like gross and stinky, but we're not sure when.
I don't
it
know
got
the
shot.
hierarchy of a goose
That'd be 8 years old.
flock.
8 years ago.
8 years, yeah. So
Wow.
they were shot. They were banded in Attawapiskat, Ontario,
Dang.
Way up north somewhere.
way up north.
So where do they go? They find their nests and then they just net them and band them.
Yeah, so like they
When they're babies, they just like
they net them in these like preserves.
and they always net them when they're small little babies.
Sometimes
catch
they net them.
grown-ups.
They like just catch them when they're babies. Yeah, I don't know how these ones were banded,
And
but
they just now are they doing it all for research purposes, or is these kind of like a trophy deal?
all for research purposes. All these ones were. There's trophy ones. There's like bands that are worth money, and then we've shot a Jack Miner band before, which is like the holy grail. They only
Yeah,
do
I
100,
remember
100
you-
birds a year.
I remember you
It's a
telling
double
us.
band, and it's like unheard of. Most people have never seen one.
So I have written down here, like, who gets to keep the bands?
So
Did
yesterday
Dylan
was-
take them all home with him?
No, he didn't. Dylan he's like the luckiest hunter. He's hunted Northwest Ohio with other guys, and he's got like 7 or 8 on his lanyard.
Oh, that's like the
Did you guys just split them up yesterday?
Yeah, so there's 7 of us, and one guy opted out because he knows he didn't shoot one. Then we just drew for the rest of them, which is what we normally do. You draw for them.
You draw for each one, or do you split them up between everyone?
We drew like with cards, so 6 cards, and number 6 didn't get a band.
So the short straw.
So how many bands do you have on your lanyard?
2.
And that's your lanyard of duck calls?
Yeah.
Is that what people do? They put their
They
bands
just
on
put
their
them on
duck
their
calls?
lanyard, yeah. And the one actually I have, the other one I have was a stainless steel band, which is like super rare. It was off a double banded bird. It was banned in 2 different locations.
Now, what about that neckband bird that was in the park around here?
Last I checked, it was still alive, and it was like,
Still in the park?
yeah, it was banned in like 2012.
It's got
Wow.
But it lives here in the summertime and flies who knows where by hunting season.
And it's crazy how it just
So
it
the-
survives.
Like I
and it
look
comes
it
back
up
and
every once in a while because I know the number. I look at the number up every once in a while. It's still alive. Like it's still out there.
So that's like wild to me. Obviously, like for us, following the same deer and hunting turkeys and all stuff is like a huge thing. And we have all this history. I got our wall of history back here.
But we get like 2 or 3 good years in that.
Yeah, like, a deer, okay, so every once in a while we get deer that makes it 6, 7, 8 years old, maybe. And turkeys, 2 years maybe at the max. And we can't even prove it's the same bird year after year. Like a turkey living past 2, 3 years old around here is just absurd.
happening.
Occasionally, obviously, they make it to 3 because there was like the gobbler I hunted last year till the last day, and he lived the last day. So if he's alive, he'd be 3 this year. But
But we have this
These-
confirmed
yeah.
resident goose that's been here for at least 15 years.
So like the first time we saw that goose with the neckband was like the super old cameras we had. Like,
I have
we were
the
filming-
video on my
Yeah,
computer.
we were filming for like SBO, but like it's like a grainy,
No, you were
like-
fighting for like Blood Brothers Outdoors.
Yeah, we were doing something else. Like, yeah,
Blood Impactor.
but like it's super grainy footage from when we were in high school.
Now, do you guys ever set up to try to hunt that bird like close to where you know it is? Or is it gone?
It's
come
just
hunting?
gone by hunting season.
It's only here.
Like we would if it was like we're hunting the same area, yeah.
You
But it's
filmed-
always gone. And like I saw it a couple of years ago. Me and Mom went up there like looking for it, and it was just up there swimming around. Same one.
Dang. It's crazy like how old it's just to me it's crazy how old they get. I know eagles live a long time too. Like bald eagles live 20, 30 years, but like, it's just wild. Especially an animal that gets shot at and ate by anything that could get
Dogs and hitting parking lot. Like,
Yeah.
I remember we saw one get killed in a parking lot once.
Yeah.
They were out to eat.
crazy.
Yeah.
crazy. In that collection of old grainy video that I have from you from that camera, there's like a 180-inch buck in velvet.
And,
Really?
and
Like,
a turkey
with like kickers
I
and
remember
stickers
it.
and shit everywhere.
There's a turkey with a beard this long too.
Yeah, there is. I don't know where'd you film that buck at?
Down the road at that farm.
Fix your
It
mic,
gets
fix
leased
your
out.
mic just a little bit.
Where at? Like that?
Like you got to make it level, like with your face.
Just tell me.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I don't know where we filmed it at, but somewhere close. Obviously, didn't drive very far when I was 15, 16 years old.
I mean,
Yeah,
you probably
we did.
could drive pretty. You probably drove farther then. You don't drive anywhere
I guess
now.
I don't drive anywhere
What are you
now.
talking about, old
Work,
man truck?
home, farm, work, home, farm.
Yeah, how many miles are on your pickup?
128,000.
Oh shit.
Got more than-
I drive to work
mine-
every day, though. You guys drive to work like twice a week.
Mine just went 120 this
If that.
morning.
I'm at my truck's got like 59, I think.
But if it wouldn't have
Not
drove,
even, no, 50. I'm right at 50.
I think I've taken my truck out west 5 times. So that's like 30,000 miles right there.
Are
So I
you-
would have like 90,000 miles.
Now that you're not going out west anymore, like, are you thinking about like new truck or
No.
you driving that thing until there's like 250,000?
Yeah, I'm going to drive it till it can't drive no more.
Damn. What about you, Luke?
It's paid off truck.
You need to get rid of the go-kart or what?
Luke's is also.
I've thought about it. Depends on
The
if
radio
I,
flyer?
if I get a camper, I'm going to have to get a bigger truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old 4-banger ain't going to work.
No.
my truck does everything I need it to, and if I were to go buy a new one, it would be the same exact thing, just newer. And it has no mechanical
Yeah.
problem.
I bought the same truck 3 years, three trucks in a row, basically same.
I'd buy a 2,500 gasser.
Yeah.
like Spannies. But
Yeah.
you drive that to work every day?
No, I'd get a
Well-
work car.
Gas is cheap right now, which is
Yeah.
a
Fuel
weird,
oil.
we're at a weird place.
Heating my house is cheap right now because of the oil prices. It's kind of nice.
I got gas at Costco the other day. It was $2.29.
I think Spaniel's truck would be the truck that I would want over all trucks, to be honest with you. It's like
Yeah.
mine, but with the 6.6 and heavier. You know,
Doesn't give you. Everybody says oh, diesels last forever. Blah, but
No, they don't.
They're
Not the
always
new
in the
ones.
shop. The transmission.
No,
The
yeah,
new
that's-
diesels do not last
It-
at all. Everyone's buying gas.
yeah, take it from like our squads and fire trucks at work and
my
stuff.
God.
Like the new diesel motors are
They're
always fucked up.
the emissions stuff
It's emissions.
killed them all.
Thanks,
So, yeah,
Thanks,
gas.
Biden.
I don't think it.
I think it was Obama.
That was like 20 years ago.
All right, deer shout outs locally. Jaden Walker, Christmas buck, killed a nice 10-pointer the other day. Jared Harder just killed one with a pistol. He's having a hell of a
Dude, that's awesome.
old Jared. Yep.
Yeah, I got a pistol story, but continue. My last hunt of gun season was frustrating.
Tyler Markham, his girlfriend killed a nice buck. The Barones had another video on Team Crunch Time, so check out that YouTube video, their YouTube channel. Speaking of YouTube channels, Wild Time TV, our little buddy Marcus Berth, keyword little. Marcus Berth killed a nice 10-pointer, repping the SBO hat in the picture. Nick Stevens also killed a nice buck. Like his right side was normal, his left side was all
Wonked out.
triple brow tine and like a forky.
I think I saw it.
Yeah, Nick Stevens killed an interesting looking buck.
Early gun season, I think.
Yeah, early gun season, or maybe he killed it with a bowdering youth, I think, possibly. I don't know. I missed it on the shout outs.
He might still be a youther.
No.
Some of them wild time guys are close.
I think they're they're all like 21 now.
They're like 25 now. They're getting older.
Yeah. I mean, when they, yeah.
I've been going at this for a while.
I think Gavin just like bought a house.
Yeah, he's
not little Gavin
definitely
anymore,
just
like-
acquired a house for sure. Joe bought a house.
I remember the day he was born,
Yeah.
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 March 5th, same Freeman's birthday.
Weird. Podcast comments, none. That's weak, guys. Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. Go on, leave a comment.
Do we need to
says
talk about
that's weak.
broadheads again or what?
Yeah, right.
Well-
Well, the broadhead guy loves you now.
So you said that's weak, but I'll listen to the podcast on Apple in my truck. Like if there's an episode I'm not in, because I can't go on Spotify because it's linked to our account.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It doesn't work
Weird.
right.
Right.
I don't even know how to comment on it.
So I don't either. Honestly, I don't either. You might have to be on a computer. I'm not sure how that
Yeah,
works.
because I've tried to.
And I don't know if we
reply
can even see the Apple comments on the Spotify app.
I don't know.
So we host our podcast through Spotify, and it makes it, there's the metrics and like what happens on Apple and all the other places where it's streamed. I don't know how well Spotify brings that information to us, if that makes sense. So there might be a ton of comments on Apple that we've never responded to because I have no way of knowing.
I'm waiting for, and I don't know how. It's probably because they're all probably all owned by the same company. But why YouTube hasn't fully integrated into the audio space? Like
well,
they're still
you can
on
buy you can buy that YouTube.
Because it would hurt them.
There is a
There's
YouTube
YouTube
music
music.
you can buy, and I'm sure the podcasts are.
But like the podcasts aren't very friendly to watch on your phone while you're driving.
No.
When you can listen to it on Spotify while you're driving.
Yeah.
I don't know because YouTube is by far the best to look at metrics. Like when we look at YouTube
Yeah.
metrics, we can see how old these people were,
Right.
where they were when they were listening, blah blah blah. The RSS feed with the podcast, it's really hard to track our analytics.
Also weird. If you look up like the podcast information, like rankings and all that stuff, which I haven't done in a while, so I don't know where we've been. If we've probably haven't been on there lately, even though the metrics have been pretty good. Like the Refork page or whatever that website is now.
Only look at Apple.
Well, sometimes it shows the YouTube videos on that one too.
AI will automatically link our video.
I think if I put an intro before the podcast, like a video intro of whatever's happening, and then like our actual podcast intro and the audio, I don't know if it'll link it because it doesn't like hear it properly.
Yep.
But if the audio perfectly matches,
and the title, I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know. I'm sure it's all AI, but I was going through one of those websites once and I clicked on one, and it gives us a full typed out,
right?
Like everything we said.
It
Who
makes
said it. It's kind of scary.
It talks about like
What we-
Caleb, Isaac, Luke, and Ethan are
It's
the hosts
summarized.
of the Deer Shot podcast from Little Chatham, Ohio. Like how
And
how the fuck you know that? I didn't tell
it
you that.
summarizes a profile of each guest, or like it says
Jacob Emery.
it says Luke
one,
Simon,
yeah.
broadhead advocate. Like it does all that.
Really?
It's creepy. Yeah.
Well, AI can do
Caleb's
that.
the
in
main
one-
host. I'm a partial host.
So, like, a lot of this is connected to my website, and there's like a introductory thing for Deer Shot Podcast on there. So I wonder if that has anything
It could
to
be
do with
reading
it.
that as well.
It's reading that. Like, I'm sure it's picking it up.
It's not hard for AI to figure that out. Like that.
It only has to figure it out once.
Simple. That's simple things for AI to figure out.
Like, figure it out once, and then it's in its brain forever.
Yeah, I mean, all the keywords Siman Brothers Outdoors and Deer Shot Podcast. It pulls all the information on the web, how much of it's the same, summarizes, and puts it back out there. You can chat GPT yourself in the podcast, and it like gives you answers and shit. It's weird.
Well,
Don't ever
it's
chat GPT yourself.
It's just like the Rogan
So,
podcast.
real quick, I just want to do a shout out to a customer. They just texted me.
Wow.
An order got messed up for Christmas.
Okay.
So I, like 2 days before Christmas, I had to send out another sweatshirt. I can't say the name because I think it's gonna be a present, and they haven't gotten it yet. But shout out to this customer for being super awesome.
Yeah.
Being patient.
I haven't
That's
seen
so
it.
nice.
There's been some orders coming in because for some reason I still see the hat orders. If someone orders a hat, it
Yeah.
comes to my email.
Because I have to have 2 emails on there.
Yeah,
And
Which
it
is
can't get
cool
yours
see-
off.
It's cool seeing how.
What's cool is Luke's actually been on the podcast a lot in the last month or two. This is like your second or third.
Yeah.
And we're going to get the merchandise figured out in the off season. Once we're done with hunting completely and there's nothing else to do but think,
I've been spending a lot of time on the website.
we're going to get the
getting
merchandise in the
updated.
websites. Leakyfishing.com or the leakyjohnboat.com, and you'll be able to find
Both
all
of
the
them
merch.
work.
Yeah, both of them work. I need to put like Siman Brothers Outdoors in there too.
Yeah. And we'll be able to,
Domain names are so cheap, it's weird.
yeah. And we'll be able to get, you guys will be able to buy podcast shirts and hats and hoodies and
People have been. Shout out to you guys.
all the leaky
Lots
stuff.
of podcast stuff being sold.
So you can buy a bunch of domains and they all go to the same website.
Yep. So I have like 5 already.
I have 3 or 4 shirt designs that I really want to do, and I'll probably use Photoshop. Hopefully, no AI.
Yeah.
Boo. Hopefully, no AI, but definitely some Photoshop because I know how to mess with that pretty good to like come up with some shirt designs and then stylize them and then get them to Luke and then, you know, the hats. Like the hat you're wearing right now, Luke's awesome. I know that's not from the website.
This was
And
a one-off.
So is Isaac's. But my hat's from the website.
Yeah.
I like it. The old Trucker Deer Shot podcast.
I
But
think
we need to
someone
get
just bought one of those.
What'd you say?
Someone just bought one of those. Those are nice
Yeah.
hats.
Yeah, and we love doing the custom hat, like this one I'm wearing, these custom sweet hats. But we pretty much can't sell these.
It's so hard to sell them.
Well, this hat to buy, it was like $40 after shipping and stuff. So how are we going to buy those and then sell them?
What we need to do with a little bit of our surplus holiday revenue is we need to get some nice orders in on some cool hats and some cool regular size shirts and hoodies maybe to keep on stock in here for when people want them and for the fair. Because when the fair comes this year, I want to be able to sell. I want to be able to have some stuff to sell at the fair this year to make some money back.
Yeah, is the fair the same deal going to happen?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we haven't got that far yet, and Jason hasn't really got a hold of me. I mean, we have 7 months, 8 months before that happens. But if they do that again and our spot is there to have, we're going to do it again. So
All right.
look
I will
out,
not
look
be
for us
able
at the
to be
fair.
up there as much.
No. Nope. But I will be.
I'll be up there every day.
We know.
Luke,
All right. YouTube comments gets exciting for a minute.
There's one I have to laugh really hard about. I don't know.
Well, there's a new one that I accepted today that was held for review, which I got to go on there and like hold. I got to unhold them and read them and approve them sometimes. But
Yeah, if they have bad language or if they're,
our boy, Bucky Doe Downer 940, which that's not as so. Like, here's another problem: Bucky Doe Downer 9040. The number is given to you by YouTube, so I should probably stop saying the number. But Bucky Doe Downer is what he put in there, but he could have a different YouTube name, and you got to right click on him and open the profile to see what it is. But
if people are consistent and stay logged into their same account, we can track, like if like the Tommy Madden guy, we can see that he's commented 40 times. But a lot of people will be on their phone and they'll be on different accounts, or they won't have.
Because I have like 5 different accounts actually. Bucky Doe Downer, and I quote Travis Flynn 3450. He's replying back to a guy that had made some comments, and he made a comment on there. But I point my compound and squeeze a trigger release on my 85% let off bow. Does that make me better than someone who does the same with 100% let off? Fuck no. Jackoffs like you are out there with rifles pretending you're fucking special. Well, you are fucking special, all right. Seem mentally disabled. Spelled wrong. Maybe you should buy a crossbow. LOL. It's legal. You're a jackoff. Deal with it. Get to making a recurve bow and your own arrows. Be a real.
That's it.
All right, so let's do it.
I mean, Dylan went the full recurve route this year.
He's doing recurve. He's doing longbow next year.
He's doing longbow next year.
I'm about to just make a recurve just to hunt with it.
I love this is becoming.
Hold on. By the way, I'm making it sound really easy. I highly doubt I would be able to kill a deer with a recurve by next year if I made one.
I mean, we're gonna. I'm not.
It would be really difficult, and people that hunt with recurves, it's hard.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that like anyone.
You said no one should ever hunt with a recurve earlier.
That was earlier in the year. I changed my mind. I own the podcast, so I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Here's the awesome part. This is obviously we have hit a nerve with not a lot, but there's a segment of people who watch our videos or listen to our podcast who really took offense to us saying that we are anti-crossbow for the full season. You know, our crossbow jabs, that's gay, blah, 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 blah. Everything we do talking down on crossbow hunters, it has struck a super big chord with the fact that we also use guns during gun season. Mm-hmm. And the funny part to me is that furthers my point. Crossbows are an efficient killing weapon, and they should have a smaller season, a set standard season. We'll say it till we're blue in the face, Mr. Bucky Doe Downer. I don't care if you use a crossbow. We have multiple guys on our podcast and in our videos that only use crossbows in archery season.
And they are our friends, lifelong.
They are our lifelong friends. They're on the board up here.
Yeah.
But I do believe that unless you're disabled, a crossbow should have a set season. Maybe all of December, maybe January for 2 weeks, maybe
October,
the end of November, whenever it is. You know, we have to talk about it more. And later in this podcast, we're definitely going to get into this. There should be a set season, just like guns. We don't use rifles for all 4 months, and there's a reason for that. They are an incredible killing machine, super efficient. They extend the range. There's just more deer can get killed with a rifle easier. That's why they only have a week and then 2 days and then the 4-day muzzle. There's a reason that it's limited. When the opportunity to use said weapons is given to us, we take it. I don't think crossbows should be open all 4 months. Yeah, a crossbow that you can sit there pre-cocked and shoot 80 yards at 500 feet per second. I do not think they should be open all season for the able-bodied. Learn to shoot your bow. If you don't have time to pull your bow back in practice, you shouldn't be hunting. You don't have time. You're not giving yourself or the deer the respect that it's deserved. Spend the time to get well acquainted with your weapon and kill an animal. You gotta want instant gratification. This is the way everybody gets.
If you want that, go goose hunting.
The act of drawing the bow and holding the bow back and firing is
what makes it archery.
What makes it archery hunting.
Yes.
The fact that the crossbow is held back for you, you pull a trigger.
It's nowadays everyone's using them on a bog pod.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
pulling a trigger with a scope, held with the rifle posture. I mean, it's just not the same. And to think it is, you're the jack off. It's not the fucking same, bro. So, sorry.
And that's our opinion. We're allowed to have it.
Of course. And we're going to get into this later because there's a lot of comments when we get into the Mike Rex section about that. So, we'll let the public will have their voice heard for sure. Luke, anything to add to that?
No.
The hater comments are going to happen. And yeah, I like them.
Deal with it. Peter Chalk, rain and mud, the worst. You guys do have a good time, so that's always a successful camp. Shit happens. Good luck in the future. We killed plenty of deer, so it was beautiful. It was muddy, rainy, wet, and we killed. So, Steve Barnard, I know I've commented him. He's commented before. I always hunt one buck. If I don't get him, I don't get him. Spelled Getem. Get him.
Get him.
Just pray the neighbors don't get him. No, don't. Just pray the neighbors don't get him. I mean, yeah, that's a lot. Especially guys like Nick, Dylan, usually myself, we're down to 1 or 2 or 3 deer that they're the only ones we're going to shoot. Luke's been that way for the last 3 seasons. He's only had a handful of deer he's going to shoot. Every other buck gets passed. I mean, it makes it fun. Yeah. It's challenging. Isaac's just going to shoot anything that walks by that he feels good about.
I love it. I'm jealous.
Jeff Coons, what the hell happened to the pack? I think I could hear your yells from a few states over. Yeah. We've been on a 3-game slide. I don't want to talk about it. Shit to bed.
Is the winch one on here?
Yeah. Gary France. Gary France. Great videos always. You need to get Jay on more. I told him that. He was very flattered. He wants us to do a Merry Christmas video and send it to the audiences, and I told him no one would do that.
Jay loves Christmas.
So he
wants
I told him I would do it. If every one of the guys came up and said, "Hey, Merry Christmas, everyone from Siman Brothers Outdoors and Deer Shot Podcast," I'd make a video for Instagram and put it on there. The buy-in on that is
it'd be us 3 and Jay.
Yeah, right. The buy-in would be bad. It's a good idea, though.
Hey, listen to the podcast. Merry Christmas, everyone.
And Merry Christmas, everybody. Not happy holidays. Joseph Chamberlain, you guys don't even deserve to kill a deer if you can't drag it up a fucking hill, LMAO, using a winch for a deer.
Wench. Not winch.
Didn't even spell winch right.
God, like a wench?
I almost
like an old
commented
pirate
back on
hooker?
there,
Like a wench?
We can only find a couple of them.
I love me a pirate hooker.
We can only find
Landman.
Show me a guy that could drag that 260-pound deer up those hills down there by himself. It is not happening.
I guarantee you any amount of money. I hope I hit your fucking nerves here, guy. I guarantee you any amount of money, you could not drag that deer up that hill by yourself. No. Joseph Chamberlain, you would not be able to drag that deer up a hill by yourself. It weighed 260-something pounds. There's a fucking 0% chance that you're going to grab a hold of that thing and carry
drag it up the hill.
Those hills.
Yeah.
It was probably like 75 to 80 yards he was from the field edge.
A couple hundred.
You're not going to do it. I don't want to hear your shit.
No.
And if you can, send us a video. That'd be sweet. Tag us on Instagram.
Yeah. The only way you're doing it is if you're cutting it up and carrying it up the hill.
Or you have 3 guys and you can rotate out. And that would suck.
I don't even think they're getting up the hill with 3 guys. Yeah, Chris was with it was him and his dad and his dad's friend, and his dad has a hard time walking up the hill.
His dad has heart problems and can't walk up hills, and his dad's friend is small.
Yeah.
There's just no fucking way.
But they got it up there, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was cool.
Side by side.
I love those like big dick comments like that. This isn't dragging a buck in Michigan through the snow or going downhill. Drug that West Virginia deer downhill, and my legs still hurt, but got it. But
it took us 7 guys to drag Luke's deer out on level ground.
Yeah.
And that sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was stupid. We should have cut him up. We are next year.
Or we're driving the side-by-side back there next year.
Can't drive. Oh, yeah. We're putting in trails for the farmer, I guess.
There was not an ear of corn 30 yards.
It's not the point.
Yeah.
Swamp Life Adventures. Now you just had to review on the updated one. It was on a review of the bino harness that we got, and I put that comment on there because I don't know if we're gonna ever do gear review videos again. Like, they are big in the off season, and they get a lot of guys, a lot of views, and a lot of subscribers. Like Aaron from Next Step.
Yeah, they're solely a revenue generator, and we're not really here for that.
And I don't like, unless a product blows.
We're not equipped
away,
for it. We're not going to give an honest review on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been wearing the same clothes and same bows and everything our entire hunting career.
100%.
Yeah, it'd be different if you were a solo. Aaron Olson as an example.
Perfect.
He's a solo guy,
and he's in the industry.
He's in the industry, and he does the reviews and has the gear sponsors, and like that's what he does for a living.
He's a good person for it.
Yeah, that's not us.
We stick with what we like, and we're going to give our honest opinions on it. And even the stuff that we like, we're going to complain about a lot.
Yeah, we always find something we don't like about something. PCW. Lots of potential for next season. Keep up the good work, boys. He's not lying. We currently have the G3 Buck, One Brow, Truck Nuts, and the Northside 9 2.0 on camera like almost every single night, which is really good entering the final stretch of the season. 4 mature bucks that are alive in the area. Even if we lose 1 or 2 more to muzzleloader and late bow, like, we're rolling through with a lot of mature bucks, and Tuners is still out there. Aforementioned Ryan and Alex's dad is going to be hunting him because we think it's the deer he hit back with his crossbow. Couldn't find it. They brought a drone out or unable to find it, but he's got a severely messed up leg. And we've had him on video a couple times. We've had him on camera twice since gun, once on cell cam, once on regular cam, and he's very hurt and he's in the area. So
hopefully he shows himself.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of good surviving deer. One of Luke's deer they thought was dead is not.
Yeah,
and he doesn't have any. He's not running any cameras or anything right now. So we need to get some shit out on that farm to kind of.
Yeah, I'm doing it tomorrow. I think.
What's happening?
Your camera's out there just dead.
Well, I got one camera out there and it's got like 50 turkeys on it right now. You see that?
Yeah, the one buck that Isaac was sort of hunting at one of his areas that he's allowed to hunt. Wink, wink. We got him on camera 3.5 miles away the other day.
Oh,
unbelievable!
Yeah.
Like, how are you supposed to try and keep a late
and not even
buck?
like we share deer in certain areas.
Yeah.
And it's not uncommon for a deer to go 3 miles.
But
like this deer went from one area to another area.
Yeah, like
other side of the county.
Yeah, literally he crossed townships and
Yeah.
he probably left the county and went into another county.
Yeah.
I mean, this deer went 3.5 miles this time of year. How are you supposed to late season plan or find a deer sheds when he's going that fucking far? 3.5 miles. Damn.
See, I'm in a dark zone every time I work with the trail cameras because so my fire station, all the places where we hang out are below grade.
Yeah, you guys are like in.
So I get no cell service. So I'm connected to the city Wi-Fi, whatever city Wi-Fi they provide us. And for some reason, the Wi-Fi app doesn't work on the Wi-Fi.
Really?
I don't know. It's blocked for some reason. Maybe because it's some sort of
picture
surveillance.
sharing.
I don't know what it is, but it will not work on the Wi-Fi. So I don't look at the Wi-Fi cameras while I'm at work unless I happen to pull it up while I'm out somewhere. It's just strange. I don't know why. It's blocked.
Bowhunter 7456. Don't know what his real name is on YouTube. You guys need to do a hunt giveaway, even to just come out and hang out, see the farm, and try and shoot a doe.
No.
We're not there.
It's not like that.
We're not like
if we buy somewhere like on our own one day and have our own spot somewhere where we can do something like that, we would. But like this is sacred grounds. We don't share it much.
Did you see the message on Facebook about a guy wanting to come film with us?
No, I have. For some reason, Matt gets
Spanny's like the messenger guy.
Spaniel gets the notifications for Facebook messaging. I don't, and he knows, but I'll check. Should I read it now?
Look at it. It's a local guy. I don't know if you know him. I recognize the name.
I'll check it out after the podcast. I don't want to be on here.
Oh, shout out to my neighbor. He shot a good buck.
Yeah, but don't name him.
Yeah, no names. But shout out to him. If he's listening, which I doubt he is. He doesn't post pictures and stuff like that.
I mean, that's the best kind of...
He did shoot a good buck, though, behind my house.
That's the best kind of guy for, like, not giving away secrets and stuff.
But getting some information in return.
Yeah, we share trail cam pictures.
Behind your house, not at your target.
Behind my house,
not at
yeah.
your target locale.
K-Man the Kid. That Blake kid looks like he goes interior on dumpster fires.
It has to be one of their guys.
Yeah, it has to be someone who knows him because that's funny. Gump, get in that hole.
Yesterday I saw him standing on top of a fire truck with a pike pole messing with an electric wire. And I drove by. And
it was a cable wire.
It was okay, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna die.
So he's well known around the county because he works for every department.
Yeah, he made a video the other day for like 2 seconds. Good old Blake. He's a very good young fireman, paramedic school. Shout out Blake. I know you're not listening. He sat in here while we recorded the podcast. Actually.
The entire thing.
Yeah, just hanging out listening.
19-year-old kid.
Gotta get him hunting.
He can't even drink yet.
He doesn't drink. Like he's
not old
like,
enough.
Yeah, but like, yeah. Did that ever stop us?
No, but kids. I will say, kids these days are different.
Listen, all my apprentices, they don't drink.
No,
dude, I'm telling you, there's probably 10 guys in my work that are younger than me that are anti-alcohol.
So this will be a topic.
They don't drink and they get married at 19.
Yeah, this will be a podcast topic at a later time when we have some young lads on here, probably the Pavlik boys, on the differences with kids these days than our age, than our generation.
I didn't have a cell phone until I was a senior in high school, so let that sink in. Last comment. Jason Lester, our deer camp was never this nice, but man, I miss it. I need to figure out a way to do that again. So much fun being with people and sharing stories, etc. Congrats. I took my buddy this year and he got his first buck, taking his daughter out Sunday to try for her first deer. Fingers crossed. I only have gone once for myself.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good job,
And
buddy.
we hope all these deer camp videos we share inspire people to get out and do their own again.
99% positive comments on those videos. 1% like, you guys are a bunch of fucking dickheads who don't like
Jack-offs.
Jack-offs.
Get it right. That's
Jack-offs,
awesome.
yeah.
Tweakers.
Jack-offs.
Remember we were. I know you mentioned.
Oh, he said, yeah.
What did mentioned in the last podcast, but someone called us tweakers.
Well, that guy called it. So we've been called tweakers, but what did he call us? He called us something there. Let me go back to that.
The same guy.
I think it was. He said, "You're fucking special."
Thanks.
You seem mentally disabled.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, we kind of
we're mentally disabled. I would love to tell stories, but I'm not going to.
No. Continuing.
Yeah.
The topic for today.
Main topic, guys. Mike Rex.
30 minutes in.
Yeah, Jesus. Thank you for sticking with us when we talk about our bullshit. A couple jack-offs sitting at this table.
Mm-hmm. Special people.
Special people. Our main topic. So Mike Rex's post started a big conversation on Facebook and throughout Ohio. Mike was on the Hunter podcast. He is the chairman of the Ohio Wildlife Council. I'll read his bio real quick. Mike Rex is a lifelong Ohioan. After graduating from Ohio University in the 1980s, he and his wife Shelley have made their home in rural Athens County, home of Joe Burrow, where they raised 3 sons who share his enthusiasm for the outdoors. Mike has been active with several conservation organizations, including the National Wild Turkey Federation and Ohio's largest conservation group, the Buckeye Big Buck Club. A 30-year member officer of the Buckeye Big Buck Club, he is a past president, he's a Hall of Fame member, and current secretary and treasurer of the club. He was on the Ohio hunting regulations at one time, I remember, for shooting a monster.
Did he sign my certificate from the Buckeye Big Buck Club? I'll have to check
He probably did when we scored Freak Daddy.
Yeah.
Freak Daddy scored.
And
he's a big deal.
To be clear, they use B and C scoring.
Yes, not Buckmasters. Everybody gets a trophy with Buckmasters. We ruffled some feathers with some of those comments.
I
wonder if you're listening, Dakota.
Well, that deer you posted the other day that he said was 166 or whatever.
That's the one I'm talking about.
It was like a 130 with split brows.
Oh, no, that's not the one I'm talking about.
It was just a random guy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way that deer that was we're getting off topic. There's no way that deer that Buckmasters posted. I don't care. You can say, well, pictures don't give it justice. Listen, dude. It was 138 to 140 inch 8-point with some splits. There's no way it scored 166. It's just impossible. It is physically impossible.
They have to score it a different way, I'm telling you.
Rant for another day.
The one guy that works with Spaniel and Gore got a little worked up, I guess, because he personally scored his deer at 165. Buckmasters got 172. And I said, and I quote, And he's like, worked up.
3 letters.
I mean, I want 6 more inches on everything. If I have 6 more inches on all my deer, I'd be like, they'd be writing magazine articles about me.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch you know what I mean? Like, geez, come on. Reality is reality.
Anyways,
he made a post on Ohio Whitetail 2, this Mike Rex, and he was asking for general opinions on some big key issues. And I will read off the post, so bear with me. It's a little bit long, and I know you guys love when Caleb just likes to read, so I will do my best to enunciate properly. From Mike Rex. I'd like to hear your ideas for improving both the quality and quantity of our deer population and hunter experience. For the sake of this discussion, let's define quality as age structure and quantity as acceptable number of deer on the landscape for everyone. Let's also assume that losing hunters is bad for the future and that we're currently in an uphill battle with the 3 R's: hunter recruitment, retention, and reactivation. Some believe our hunting lands are more crowded than ever before, but the numbers say the opposite. We've actually lost a large number of deer hunters over the past decade or so. Less than, I guess, he's saying almost 100,000.
Greater than 100,000.
Yeah, greater than 100,000, which that's a very large number.
Yeah.
And the average age of a hunter has doubled since the 1980s. I believe the shift from firearms to archery is one of the reasons some see hunting pressure increasing. We have one of the longest archery seasons in the country at 4+ months and relatively short gun seasons, less than 2 weeks. There's also no denying that our rural land is being bought and leased for recreational/hunting purposes at a feverish pace, eliminating private land access for many. History tells us that self-regulation is almost never a good idea. I'm curious about the theory that liberal regulation has led to less access for the average hunter, specifically as it relates to technology advancements in baiting. Right up our alley. We're talking crossbows, cell cams, drones, corn piles. I understand the thinking that a non-resident lottery might ease up some of the demand for leases. Iowa is the example most hunters point to, but Iowa and Ohio are not the same in that we have twice as many people in just 3 cities, Columbus, Cleveland, and Cincinnati, than they have in their entire state. The benefits of a non-resident lottery assumes that the buying leasing void would not be filled by in-state hunters. I can't speak for the entire state, but there is far more ground being bought and leased up in my area of Ohio by in-state hunters from metro areas than out-of-state hunters. So in your opinion, moving forward, do we need more regulation, less regulation, or should we just keep it as it is? And why? Please and keep it respectful. Thanks. Before I start reading off any comments and getting your guys' opinions, I want to make a statement myself. How many large properties or properties around us right here in the deer shop have been bought, leased, or acquired by non-local wealthier people from cities in or wealthier areas? Because we're not getting bothered by a lot of out-of-state guys. We're getting hit by people who do live in our state with money who have come out to the country to buy up their paradise. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but he's right on that point. That's happening around us at a rapid rate.
Mm-hmm. So maybe he's saying, like the good old boys, the local townies are kind of losing a lot of their access they had before because it was free permission access to people that are leasing or buying. In our part of the state, I would say our biggest problem is like these big properties being parceled off and being bought. So in our township, county, most of the townships in this county, the big parcels are being split into, I would say, 3 to 5 to 8 acre parcels. Yeah. So someone comes out from the city, buys a 3 to 5 acre parcel, might have some woods in the back, and they start hunting it.
Yep. With you, and normally, and we're going to use that dreaded term, weekend warriors. But these guys do work Monday through Friday, have 2 weeks vacation, 3 weeks vacation, they hunt on the weekends. A lot of those guys, we know lots of them, and we're friends with them, hunt with a crossbow over a feeder or a bait pile, have their cell camera or 2.
Because that's the only legitimate way that they can do it with the amount of time that they have.
Yeah, and the space available. There's no, nobody that has a normal life and a family and a job and a career and everything that comes along with that is going to, and I say nobody because there are obviously people who do, the majority are not going to get off work on Friday in the evening and then spend the next 2.5 days trekking public land, scouting, hunting, not hanging out with their family for the entire deer season and try and kill a 150-inch public land buck with their bow. There are people who do that. We know that, and we know of them, and they make a name for themselves, and they're great hunters. But 90% of the guys out there hunting, 95% of the guys out there hunting are not going to do that. And I'm talking like the weekend guys. They're just not going to do that.
When it comes to the average hunter's access and their chances of shooting a nice mature buck, we are in a pretty good spot when it comes to that.
Yeah,
you can buy 5 acres, pick up hunting, do your corn pile crossbow, however you want to do it,
and kill a 130.
And kill a 130 every other year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in some parts of the country, that is unheard of. So the fact that we can do that here in Ohio, I think people would say that we have it pretty good.
I think I would like
kill that propane.
I hate to keep saying but let Luke quiet down there for a second. They need to find a way to get these opinions broke down by what kind of hunter you are. So there's obviously a lot of noise and opinion and comments that I'm going to read through on here, and guys with backgrounds and this and that and yada yada. Putting what we do as guys that spend our entire year hunting, we talk about it on a weekly podcast. We make videos. We take trips 4 or 5 times a year. Like the amount of craziness we are about hunting. Our voice might be heard a little bit more. We might be louder, making a little bit more noise, but we're probably in the minority of guys that actually do it.
Yeah, and how many hunters are there in Ohio? A couple 100,000?
Yeah.
Total?
Yeah, I think I want to say 300,000 or 400,000. It's less than PA, but still a big number.
All those guys decided overnight to be as devoted and put as much time, money, and effort into it as we do, we would have major problems.
Yeah, we would hate it.
So we're kind of better off that we share the market share.
Yeah.
A big percentage of those are those weekend warriors.
Yeah. The weekend warriors are great.
Yeah.
Because they still kill some deer here and there and have a good time, but they're not, this sounds selfish, and I'm not trying to portray it as selfish, even though I know some people are going to roll their eyes. Those guys aren't going out there and killing up all the good bucks every year, if that makes sense. Because we're all in it to try and kill a good buck.
And they're also not, at least in our area, they're not knocking down everyone's door. Like there's not a farmer getting 12 knocks a day. People asking permission. I know that happens in a lot of places.
Yeah, there are squeaky nuts that do like go and try and get permission at every spot because they're dedicated to that game.
We would probably
not everyone does that.
We'd probably lose some access if those farmers kept getting braided.
Yeah.
And then eventually they would just say, all right, no one's hunting.
Yeah.
So that could be a problem.
Yeah. There's a lot of comments I'm going to read through on here. We'll go through as many as I can before we get bored of reading them off. But a lot of good discussion points were brought up. Darren McGarry. Delaware has an interesting law, 14-inch minimum spread for their bucks, but you can take 2. I think Ohio should stick to a 1 buck limit, tack on a 14-inch minimum spread, and reward successful hunters who take a buck like that with a free antlerless tag. So it's
I
weird.
don't hate that.
Yeah, Ohio's always been like no restrictions on what you're allowed to shoot, but like states around us have started to do it. Like Pennsylvania is the big one. They actually do have restrictions.
I've talked about this before, and I always use elk, even though elk are a whole lot different. Do you get mad when our neighbor shoots a 6-point?
Nah,
We all
like.
Nope, I love it. He's out of his buck tag.
I love.
We
Yeah,
get more mad when they shoot those 3.5-year-old 115s. Buck I shot this year.
You're the neighbor
axe.
this
I'm the
year.
neighbor.
Yeah, you're the fucking neighbor.
I am the neighbor this year.
Jack off.
Yeah, I'm the neighbor this year. But that is
Special?
That's the more harmful buck to be shot when it comes to a trophy management scenario than that 6-point, because there's simply is just so many more 1.5-year-old deer out there.
Yeah, and the word isn't mad. You feel that pain in your soul a little bit when you have an investment in an animal. So it's not yours, it's everyone's. But if you pass a deer for 2 or 3 years because you he lives near your farm or on your farm, and you have these encounters, and he might grow up to be a magnificent
You're building
buck.
a nice history, and that's what we like to do.
Got a couple sheds in the back.
You're not
here.
mad at the neighbor.
No.
Weekend warrior, use the term loosely because people get upset.
So mad.
If they kill that deer, you're not mad that they killed it. You're just kind of mad that it's no longer huntable.
You have that checkerboard, and one of the chess pieces falls off.
Yeah.
That chess piece that you've been moving around this board for a couple years, trying to build up a cool story, because we're all about the story. Some people don't give a fuck about the story, so it doesn't matter. But if you are about the stories, that chess piece falls off the board, and you're left with a hole because, like, damn, we were banking on that for muzzleloader season, or I was really looking forward to hunting that deer opening week next year because he always shows up in our food plot. That kind of thing.
We're not upset that it got killed. We're not upset by the people that killed it. Good for them. It was a nice trophy for them. We're upset that it wasn't able to reach its full potential and that we can't chase it any further. Or they can't chase it any further.
There's going to be people that say, well, killing a 6-point, that could be a future 200-inch buck. It could be. But there's another way to look at it. And I'm not advocating everyone goes out and shoots 6 points. But every buck can't survive to maturity. They're going to push each other out. They're going to kill each other. They're going to get in fights. Or they're going to move around, change the genetics up. A certain number of deer need to be killed every year, and a certain number of young bucks need to be killed every year overall. Mm-hmm. So a guy that kills a 6-point, would we like to see that buck grow up and be 200 inches? Of course. But I'm not invested in that deer yet. He hasn't done anything. We haven't spent years feeding him. We haven't got trail camera history and seen him on the hoof a bunch of times. So he's not an investment yet.
So Pennsylvania's been doing this for, I don't know how long.
A while. 10 years?
At least 10 years. Are they ever in the discussion for the best trophy whitetail state?
No, but they are.
Not yet.
No, but they are getting bigger deer on average killed, I believe. I mean, I don't know if there's any scientific data because of the record keeping, but people are killing nicer deer in PA than they ever have. Well, in recent time, go back 30 years or whatever.
But there's not going to be a 3-year-old 110 that survives many people in Pennsylvania.
No, and because and another thing is a lot of the areas, especially the big places where the hunting camps are, where there's big wooded areas and national forests and stuff, they just don't have the food available. Mm-hmm. It's similar to, West Virginia, stuff like that, where there's big hardwoods, there's ground level browse, there's mass trees, but you don't have thousands of acres of alfalfa, soybeans, and corn. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so the soil's not as fertile.
In my opinion, antler restrictions give you more 3.5-year-old 8-point 115ers, but probably less 6-year-old trophy deer, because as soon as they hit that threshold, those deer have a target plastered on them.
And I saw some comments where people were like, well, you're going to have a bunch of 4.5-year-old 119-inch 7 points running around, like deer that don't qualify for
deer. What? I think there should be you should shoot a doe first. I know people don't people in Ohio don't have a deer population like we do, but we have so many deer. And there's a lot of people that will only shoot a buck, take the whole thing to the processor, get jerky made and hang the buck on their wall.
I mean, we're running cameras on like 200 plus acres here at the deer shop, and there was a point last night where we had 20 different deer on camera at the same time, and that's only the ones we can see. We weren't even watching 10 of the other fields.
But
I think we'd have much bigger deer.
there is a farm within moderate driving distance of ours that we also run cameras on that gets no deer.
Yeah, none.
So
They
their
also
deer
but they
numbers
also
are-
have gun seasons where people kill every deer they see. Groups of 20 with blue hats.
and it's
Straw hats.
It's a little. This would be a conversation too. The landscape is different. We are right on the Continental Divide here.
Yep.
Our farm is hilly, thick,
Yeah,
lots of terrain features.
Yeah. Hardwood.
Go not very far away, and it is flat. It is open fields. It is super easy woodlots to push and to kill deer during gun season.
Yeah, so like if you take a square block where we're living right here at the deer shop, 70 to 75, maybe 80% of it is wooded. If you move over a couple miles, you take a 640 acre square block, it's probably 10 to 15% wooded and it's flat.
And it's flat.
Yeah, and
So
the
we-
rest is ag.
Yeah, we live right on the Continental
Yeah.
Divide. So
We're like up in the hills above where it's flat and farming, if that makes any sense. If you can picture that in your head, that's kind of where we are. Billy Bibbett. Nice name. I would like to see bow season come in earlier like Kentucky so we could have a chance at a velvet buck and hunt when they are easier to pattern. I would also like to see bow season end earlier, the first week in January. This would help reduce the number of shed bucks mistaken for does in late season.
I agree with that guy. I think.
I think if you had an early archery season in Ohio, so many bucks would get shot.
It would take time, but just like Kentucky has the early archery season. We've obviously gotten lucky enough to kill a deer doing that, but the deer act more like they do in Ohio earlier. So like they know they're going to be hunted by hunters as soon as that first week of September, the daylight.
I think it would be a slaughter if we had a
For a couple
September
years,
season.
the first year for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That first year
Be a
it'd
slaughter.
Slaughter. But you'd be able to kill some cool deer potentially too.
velvet bucks. Yeah,
I don't know. I kind of like not
And
having
I
a velvet
wouldn't-
buck season in Ohio,
I wouldn't.
but I
mind-
like the end earlier.
So it wouldn't be bad to start September 1st and then end it at gun season. That's the end.
Yeah.
Gun season's the end of the season. It can give the deer focus to get back on feed, get back in their normal patterns, survive the winter, breed, repopulate.
Our season, I don't see why. I have no idea why our season goes so late. I mean, we've
Sometimes
killed some deer in late January and February,
It
but it
goes
doesn't
into the
need to
first
go
week
that.
of February,
It
which
doesn't
is
need
kind
to
of
go that
ridiculous.
far. Like, it's kind of crazy. Gary Comer Jr. replied to that, or no, Mike Rex replied to Gary's. Sorry, let me read Gary's comment first. Gary Comer Jr. Not every hunter is concerned about age structure. With declining hunter numbers, why create a regulation that would potentially create additional detractors, leading to further decline in numbers? The best option would be to find a way for hunters to take more antlerless deer and change the trend of when the first deer taken is a buck, that 85% of hunters do not take an additional deer unless chasing bone in other states. That guy's not speaking anything that's not true. Like, there's a ton of guys that are only killing bucks, barely even eating them, not killing does. Because they don't like the way venison tastes, but they want to kill a big rack for their wall.
But do we have a problem with buck numbers? Really?
I do not think we do here. Would I like to see obviously more 150s? Yeah, but the number of bucks here, no. We have at any given time during the season, at least 25 different bucks step foot onto our farm during the year or more. So like, that's a lot of deer. That's a lot of bucks.
It's not really an issue with us.
I've never had a year where I've gone through and actually counted the number of deer that we've had come through, because it would take me a long time to do, but I'm sure it's 20, 25, 30
Different bucks.
different bucks come through our farm.
Oh, at least.
this
Yeah.
farm and where I hunt. And
Yeah.
Yeah, at least.
Mike's reply to that: no argument from me. I'm just touching on the hot buttons I read on all these social media boards. So Mike knows what the big.
He was just creating dialogue, basically.
Yeah. Chris Parton. From the outside looking in, as respectfully as possible, I have hunted your public ground for the past 2 seasons. Both years had multiple opportunities at mature bucks. Just didn't capitalize due to timing or no clear shot or whatever. I myself can't see where you have a quality or quantity problem. If you want problems, come hunt the North Georgia mountains. Again, not here to cause an argument, but I can assure you that 80% of the population would more than love to have the problem that you have.
That guy's spot on, I think.
Yeah, I mean, It's one of those things where if you give a mouse a cookie, right? Like we're over here bitching because we kill 130-inch bucks every year and we want to kill 150-inch bucks. There's fucking places where guys want to kill 130-inch bucks.
They've never seen a 130.
Yeah, right.
We're sitting in Ohio. We want to be like Iowa, but there's people sitting in Georgia that want to be like Ohio.
Right.
And so they see us complaining. They're like, well, or people upstate New York, I've been out 17 times and haven't even seen deer track yet.
Yeah, like Ethan. So there's a lot of guys. Ohio's an enigma because we're happy with killing our 130s to 150s. Like that's our wheelhouse of bucks. SBO is going to kill your 130 to 150-inch bucks. There's guys in Ohio every year that are killing 200s, 180s, 170s. There are guys that are famous for knocking down multiple 200s, 5 200s. I mean, so there is like, if you get at it and you are willing to spread yourself out there are obviously mega giants. Obviously, the number 2 buck in the history of the world was from Ohio. So, and a lot of the top 10 all time, I think 3 or 4 of the top 10 bucks ever, non-typical, are from our state. So that's the drawing point. But yeah, this guy from North Georgia, he hit the nail on the head. But
Seek one's from Georgia. Look at the deer they're killing.
Atlanta,
they're changing their strategies. Obviously, they're not hunting the North Georgia mountains.
And in Atlanta, the suburb bucks in Atlanta, I believe I do believe they are factually a different subspecies than the ones that are running around the mountains. They got introduced.
So I don't follow Seek One enough, but I know they push. Obviously, they kill a lot of their deer in the Atlanta suburbs. Do they ever hunt in Georgia elsewhere?
They've started doing everything. Lee now
because it'd be cool to see them compare the deer they would hunt in the mountains of Georgia or whatever they have, swamps, whatever they have in Georgia.
There's that famous THP video from a couple years ago where they went to Georgia for a series. They went in like October, sometime in October.
Was it the one they got paid for?
The rumor is that the DNR from Georgia gave them money to come make a video at one. I don't think it was a rumor. At one of their premiere.
I think they said it.
I thought they said it. They came out and explained that the DNR paid them to promote or something.
Well, Aaron killed that like 200-pound hog the one day with his rifle, and then later in the week killed like 160-inch, like 9 or 10 point, like a giant fucking buck. So like, look at us, let's go to the Georgia mountains and kill bacon and bucks. Obviously, there was a lot of factors in that. They knew a good place to go. And they are obviously good hunters.
We're paraphrasing all this because we're not 100% sure what went down there.
Chris Swanson, I think we could shorten the season, close the season January 14th-ish, do away with the bonus weekend and add it to the regular gun season, put muzzleloader that last week of the season to close it out. Just my opinion.
I like the
There's a lot of thought about
bonus weekend.
I would love to take a muzzleloader season from January and putting it in the middle of October.
That'd be a slaughter fest too. But
talk about killing some does.
Muzzleloaders are like,
or put it in the middle of October and make it a doe season.
There was at one time an early firearms doe season.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
That would be fun.
I think bonus weekend is good for like the outfitters and the gun shops because everyone hunts all week and they're like, oh, my gun sucks, they go over to
how
the
many
local
people
gun
do
shop.
we know bought guns the past?
You buy guns in between the two seasons.
You do.
Everyone goes and buys a gun. I went and bought a bunch of ammo. Shot my gun a bunch.
New scope.
In between new scope. Yeah.
I know there's a lot of talk. Are you still using the 4570?
Yeah.
He's using it again.
I got it dialed back in.
So there's a lot of talk about taking that bonus weekend and adding it to the beginning of gun season. So it's a Saturday start.
Make it 2 weekends.
2 weekends?
Yeah. I don't know if I like that though.
Slaughter.
That gets brought up. I think there's even more comments about that coming up. Pennsylvania did that and it's a huge divide. So like there's some people that love it. Love the fact that it starts on Saturday. And then there's the traditionalists that hate it because it took away all the camp lifestyle. And the guys that don't have a camp loved it. The weekend warriors, the guys that are traveling that don't have a deer camp, they get the extra days to hunt on the weekend. Like it's great. Don't have to take off work.
Pennsylvania's hot topic is the antlerless tags because they have a lot less deer numbers. Like you go out, you're not going to see 20 deer when you're hunting in the mountains of Pennsylvania.
Right.
Usually.
Then
they added the firearm antlerless season, and people were all bent out of shape. They're like, "Well, now we're going to see less deer."
I think
the does got killed.
I think my problem is personally, I disagree with a bunch of this stuff only because it screws me. But in reality,
you're on a different schedule.
We need to do some stuff to get people out there more.
I don't know if it'd be cool.
I disagree with it, but it would be good.
Yeah, having an October muzzleloader season, like a 4-day. Muzzleloader season in October,
you know how many kids would go hunting?
Kentucky.
And new guys would go hunting then?
I don't know about that, but I do think a lot of big bucks would get killed. A lot of guys would kill their bucks, and the archery buck, total.
Imagine your encounters in October. If you had a muzzleloader.
Oh my God. I would have killed your buck a year before you did.
Take the scopes. You could take the scopes off them.
Yeah.
Primitive muzzleloader, like
Here's another problem. People get mad about this. No one's going to follow it.
No, that's in the great debate of all is ban baiting, right? That's the root of this.
It wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter. Look at Indiana. We're driving down the road in Indiana.
There's
public land.
bags
There's
of
corn bags floating in the wind.
Yeah, in the public land. And I'm like,
in the public
oh my
land.
God.
People are just not gonna follow that road. I talked about this. This is gonna piss some people off. If you're still listening. If you're still listening, some people are gonna. This will be the last podcast that they ever listen to for Siman Brothers Outdoors Deer Shot podcast. I was talking about this with Aaron Olson and Matt, Board Again Matt, the other day. Here's the reality that no one wants to face when it comes to this stuff, and there might be some hot debate on it, but the majority, 75% of hunters, are fucking dirtbags.
Oh yeah,
they're dirtbags.
If you look at it in the way,
bro,
them
when you shoot
policing-
36 times on your 5 acres during gun season, you're just sending lead at whatever's moving. It makes you a dirtbag. You're a fucking dirtbag. You're not taking the time to identify your deer and shoot it.
75% of the people are like cutting some corners.
That's dirtbagism.
It's dirtbagism.
There's a level of dirtbag.
You know, they're not spotlighting.
I'm not saying we have to be Boy Scouts, but if you ban scopes on muzzleloaders for that weekend, guess what? Everyone's going to be using they're not going to take them off. You ban corn in Ohio, a lot of the guys that are baiting deer are still going to be baiting deer. I mean, that's dirtbaggery that's going to continue.
And
it just will.
I hate
because fuck the government.
I hate when a deer gets killed, then you find out that it was killed in a less than good way, and there's nothing you could do about it.
No,
like it was killed illegally.
Yeah, and like you don't have any proof, but you heard the story. You know the story's true. There's nothing. 75% might be a big number, but in our sport of deer hunting, there's just a lot of dirtbags, and everyone that's listening to this has to think about it and think about how many guys you know that hunt. Which ones do you suspect are not exactly being less than ideal? It's just it's a culture where there's a lot of,
and we're the only ones that can police it because bless the DNR, but they can't.
Imagine if you're the game warden in Medina County, and you get opening day gun season, you get 197 calls about trespassing. What the fuck are you going to do?
Well, and
the answer is nothing. It's not his fault.
Well,
he can't do nothing about it, guys.
So it doesn't matter. You could go there. Yeah. Unless you catch him red-handed, the game warden himself, there's nothing.
And you have to have your property posted. You have to have warned him previous time. It has to be visible from all directions.
There's nothing the game warden can do.
Yeah.
So that's why it is a big win when the ODNR actually prosecutes a case.
Right. And that's why
that's
why the name we're not going to say was such a big deal.
We can talk about all we want. We had podcasts about it. We had complete podcasts about CJ hunting.
I apologize to the majority of hunters out there, but there is, in our sport, this isn't basket weaving. This isn't skiing. This isn't, BMX biking. This is deer hunting, and there's a lot of guys that have a certain view upon it and they're going to do what they can in order to kill their deer at all costs.
To get that grip and grin.
They're going to do it. It's just reality. Steve Freeman, maybe adopt Michigan rules. 16-day firearm followed by 10 days of extended firearm followed by 15 more days of firearm.
That sounds terrible.
Maybe this would improve the quality of hunting. I think he said it tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah. He's like, oh, Michigan's
suck.
rules are 100 years behind ours.
Chad Dial with a big, long reply here. Thanks. Lack of access to quality private ground is going to be the death of the 3 R's. There are a lot of factors towards why we have a lack of access now compared to 25 years ago. Some that we could control and some that we can't. Quantity seems to be dependent on which parts of the state you are in. Some places have more deer than, say, 25 years ago, and some have quite a bit less. Again, don't have the answer. Quality, as far as mature high-scoring bucks has definitely seen a difference. I have seen this in my own area, and it's definitely related to more pressure during the archery season as well as people baiting deer. 25 years ago, nobody baited deer, and we had way less people hunting in the archery season. The crossbow has definitely allowed more people to participate, and many younger people, including my 15-year-old daughter, but the trade-off has definitely been a decline in the number of 170-inch bucks, 5 years or older. Between more people hunting during archery season, specifically the rut, advancements with trail cameras, crossbows, straight-walled rifles, inline muzzleloaders, etc., we have put the odds in the favor of the hunter. I don't have the answers, though. No matter what you do, you're going to feel like an umpire in the World Series. Half the stadium is going to cheer and the other half is going to boo, no matter which call you make. I know if I was in sole control of setting the regulations, what I would do to improve my situation in hunting, but I also know that some would hate it and some would like it. Good luck. Mm-hmm. That's probably the best comment I've seen on Facebook, maybe ever.
Pretty much.
So congrats to you, Chad Dial. Yeah. That was one hell of a comment.
And he pretty much says there's nothing we can really do about it.
He said what Luke just said. There's things that bother him. There's things that he knows needs to be done for the greater good. And at the end of the day, you're never going to get everyone to buy in. So you have to just kind of choose your battle on that. And that's a great comment.
So if we lost our giant section of crossbow hunters, quote unquote, weekend warriors, some of them would pick up compound bows and do that.
Yeah.
A lot of them would probably quit hunting. Then we have a whole lot less hunters, and how does that help our lobbying?
A lot of them would just
50% keep using the crossbow.
A lot of them will keep on using the crossbow.
The dirtbag, jack-offs, special kids like us.
But so we lose we lose the legitimate numbers, and does that hurt our lobby in the state for the future when it comes to all hunting?
And that's why a guy like Mike Rex, that's his biggest worry, I believe.
He wants more attention recruitment.
Right. The more people who quit hunting is bad.
Yeah.
But if we want to kill bigger bucks and have better hunting for ourselves, we need less people hunting around us. Mm-hmm. It's a catch-22.
So you gotta find the line.
Mark Butterfield. Regulations only work with hunters who respect them. The ones that poach or surpass bag limits will continue to do so. Hunters that follow, if it's brown, it's down, will still shoot young deer with little meat to harvest and then boast filling the cooler. I mean freezer. Based on what I hear about public land, I only hunt private myself, if non-resident are the issue, draw hunts could help control that. Lease land issue, free capitalist country, lease away and charge what any hunter will pay. I am not familiar with being able to tell a private landowner what to do with their land.
He is spot on.
He is.
And basically,
he also believes 50% of dirtbags.
Yeah. And our public land access, the non-residents aren't really the issue from what statistics say. Non-residents lease up private land and hunt private land.
And there's
which forces the residents to go hunt the public.
And I think what you said, I majorly believe what you said is true. The farms being lotted off, those guys lose their access locally. They go start hunting public land. You see one out of state license plate, you think, oh my God, North Carolina's in here to invade the place. But that guy, if the guy's coming from out of state to hunt public land like that and have a camp, he's a dedicated hunter. That guy knows what he's doing and is enjoying what he's doing.
Time, money away from home, a lot of money into this just to come hunt our public land. So chances are he's really putting an effort into it.
Correct. Tyler Hunt, leave most of it be. The hunting is great. The loss of access is an unfortunate problem, but hunters were their own worst enemies 15 years ago when the deer population was inflated. Please do what you can within your power to stop the spread of CWD. I'm more worried about the surveillance area enlarging than the disease spreading. I'd like to see an additional days added to muzzleloader as a flintlock only season, maybe started as a trial in counties that need a population reduction. I mean, that sounds like the kind of things Isaac was talking about for sure. Mm-hmm. Here's a big long one. This girl named Christina Skip Sly made a large post, and I believe she's from Iowa because I read some of it, but I'll get through this one as quick as I can. So Christina, great post. Love constructive thinking and appreciate it when hunters are respectful and informed. Iowa actually has the second highest density of hunters per the habitat in Midwest. We are down to 7% timber in the state. 2/3 of the state has nothing, like no trees and no deer. The only state with higher hunter density per acre of habitat is Wisconsin. I can supply the data if it helps, but that's a big misconception among the public that we have this low hunter density, stating in Iowa. We are packed to the gills and have access issues, crowding and dwindling access. It's not as bad as Ohio or across the line into Missouri, but it's difficult. We limit the non-residents to 6,000 tags a year. It's the wisest move our state saw long ago. Residents still hurt for access, but non-residents don't buy, lease, and outfit the land like they do across the border in Missouri or in Ohio, Illinois, etc. There's absolutely zero doubt in my mind the correct, fact-based, and common-sense approach is to limit non-residents like me to about 10,000 per year, or less based on your access issues. The responsibility and duty of the DNR or managers is to do it all possible to increase access to residents' deer first. Deer, turkey, etc. are a state-owned resource of the residents and voters of Ohio. Ohio residents also own the public lands. Public lands that are being flooded by non-residents fleeing their broken states to hunt the exact animal they have in their own state. We don't You don't need more non-residents like me. It's hurting your whole system. When residents have ample access to quality land and there's an abundance, you open up to the non-residents. When access is limited, you reduce your access to non-residents. It's very simple. Non-residents lock up land that sits idle for all but 1 to 2 weeks, and if your data is similar to Iowa data, less than 10% of non-resident hunters shoot does, targeting bucks only. And this is coming from a non-resident of your state. You need to protect your residents, the ones that control the deer numbers, if they have access. Lastly, corn piles aren't working. Hold on. I'm going to love this part, I bet. Corn piles aren't working. The change and increase in their use is staggering in 20 years. The science easily demonstrates there's no biological benefit to corn piles. There's a huge reason you can't bait turkeys and waterfowl. Anaphylaxins killing them, bird diseases, predation, etc. Bait stations are losing turkey numbers. Their oak regeneration is being drastically harmed. The habitat degraded at all round bait sites. Bait is pulled right when season ends and winter is the worst. Corn is one of the worst things to feed versus, say, protein mineral blend, properly managed timber, browse, or legume food sources, etc. Predation around sites, creating hunters who don't enhance habitat or get skilled on woodsmanship. Is this Nick commenting?
Yeah.
I talked to these kids, cell cam and corn piles and crossbow or gun. I knew I liked this girl. That was lame. I'll do something more challenging or fun. I don't have precise data on this, but certain bait states do not retain new hunters like non-bait states. Iowa, we are not losing hunter numbers. All of ours are stable and some increasing. We actually shoot too many does here without bait. Bait in season has so many additional downsides. I could go on forever. Rich guys pulls them off public as he can stack bait. I don't bait, but do it. If I don't, neighbors will. Suck them off, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of interesting. She keeps going for a very long time if you want to read the rest of it. This comment just keeps going and going and going. A lot of people agree with her that we need to end bait piles and supplemental feeding in season to try and balance out the sex ratios. Here, let's see here. Mike Rex replied to her. Christina, thanks for that well thought out and detailed response. I agree with most of what you wrote. However, Ohio has some unique differences compared to Iowa. Ohio is a much more urban state. You have 3 million people in yours. We have 12 million in ours. And we're packed into a 20% smaller area. Yes, we have more habitat, but the lion's share of our residents live in 8 of our 88 counties. If we go to a non-resident lottery with the intent of freeing up lease land, there's no guarantee that the in-state urban resident hunters who currently have no place to hunt won't gobble up those leases. Also, the last time I looked, non-resident hunters in Ohio harvest roughly 50 to 50 bucks a dose. That shocks me too. That would shock me actually, but
yeah.
To be fair, gun season, like where, when Disbro goes down and does his public land camp down in Southern Ohio, they shoot a lot of does, and they have some non-resident guys with them. So those guys do kill more does than bucks, I believe, actually. So for every guy that only shoots a buck, there's a bunch of guys that only shoot does, especially during that gun week. But there's a lot more comments, guys, and since we're already at an hour and 14, I'm not going to keep on reading them because it just goes and goes and goes. But there is a lot of good information in the comments. Nick Miller from the Venari Effect, we've referenced him a few times. He has his own YouTube channel. He has a big, long comment on there that's worth reading. So go check that out. Do we want to get into the stuff you wanted to talk about, Isaac, a little bit?
Not really. I'm kind of deflated from everything we've talked about.
Isaac
I was passionate about this stuff yesterday, but then we talked about all this more important stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we'll save that one for the next podcast. But the gist of it was Isaac was getting a little bit worked up about people without receipts on the internet giving advice. There's a lot of that going on now, especially when you've been, we've been involved in the social media aspect of hunting for a long time now, running the YouTube channel, podcast, Instagram. We know a lot about the background on a lot of guys that are out there giving information, and a lot of them are giving information with no reason to be giving it. And I actually wrote up I'm going to say it anyways. Before we went on a rant about those guys, I was going to read off a disclaimer about us. And we're not even going to rant about those guys. We're going to leave that for another podcast because we have a lot to digest for the audience with this Mike Rex thing. We want to hear your guys' opinion on what is best for Ohio, make the hunting better in the future. Do you think we have a good amount of deer? Do we need more deer? Do you think we have a good amount of trophy deer? Do we need more trophy deer?
Do you think our deer hunting is going in a positive arc or a negative arc? Is there something we can do to fix that? Are the bucks getting bigger? Bucks getting smaller?
We would like to hear your information on it. Luke, do you have anything to add?
No, I'm kind of tired from all that.
Luke's
brain
like, God
thinking going.
damn,
There's like
talked a lot.
I got a little bit. There's two different things you could go towards with that. Like you could have big bucks, We can make this state have giant bucks easily. Make it. You have to shoot doe first, no bait, all these things. Shorten up gun seasons. Do a bunch of that stuff. A lot of people are going to quit hunting then, or we can make it where people want to go hunting
and just kill okay bucks every
bucks every year.
Yeah, I mean that's a decision.
There's no right answer.
Right. Are we going to be Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Michigan, where the culture of hunting is high? You hope for a big buck, but you're okay with killing an okay buck or no buck. You kill some does, you enjoy the camaraderie, and the hunting is fun. Or do we want to be Iowa, Wisconsin, Missouri?
Which they have their own problems as well.
They have their own problems.
And the DNR,
a place where you can go kill a 200-inch deer.
The DNR will change something, and we won't see effects for that for 10 years.
And we won't give the DNR enough credit when the effects do take place. You know what I mean?
And then social media, whether it be YouTubers or something that happens on social media like this mobile hunters boom, may have a larger effect than what the ODNR can counter, basically. Like the hunting public obviously had an effect on public land.
Huge. Probably the biggest. What the
ODNR had nothing to do with that.
What the hunting public did had the biggest impact on public lands, and mobile hunting and public hunting had a bigger impact than anyone else ever has in the history of hunting. Kind of like what Lee Ellis has done for killing big deer.
Urban hunting.
Lee Ellis has made it to go find that big deer no matter whether he lives in the city, public, country. You find the individual giant deer and you do anything you can to kill him. Lee Ellis introduced that to the world.
That has a way bigger impact than the ODNR allowing us to hunt a different weekend than before.
Do you spend more time watching C-SPAN and talking about politics at your house, or do you watch sports?
Yeah.
You watch the sports. So
and on your commercials where they're selling Ritz crackers, you're going to see a sports player. You're not going to see a politician trying to sell you those crackers.
Correct.
Same shit.
Well, Donald Trump is like probably done some commercials.
A celebrity. He was a celebrity first.
Yeah. We would love to hear your guys' opinions. We'll save Isaac's rant for the next podcast.
When it's the dead of winter, we had nothing else to talk about.
We appreciate everyone listening this week. We hope we have opened up some dialogue amongst yourselves. Go check out those posts.
Comment. Let us know. Like we said, YouTubers, if you want us to actually recognize who you are and you want us to share your name, put your name in the comments.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find.
Deer Slayer 69 could be anybody. Right. Or if you just want to comment, anonymously, go ahead and keep Deer Slayer 69.
Comment on the Facebook post, too, on Mike Rex's Facebook post. Yeah. Make your voice heard, because they're looking at it.
They are looking at it, factually. Please do.
Yes, thank you. Deer Shot Podcast, episode 124.
124.
We are out.
Out.